Hey everybody, welcome back. Since it's almost Halloween, today we're going to be making a ghost. So what you'll need is white yarn. I'm using medium 4, a crochet hook, which this is 4.5 millimeter, but you could also use a 5 millimeter, just whatever you're comfortable with. A tapestry needle, safety eyes with the backings, and then scissors, and you'll also need a stitch marker. And then you'll need just a little bit of black yarn. Okay, so the first step to make this ghost is we're gonna do 6 single crochet into a magic circle. So how I make my magic circle is I just wrap the yarn around twice on my finger like that, and then with your crochet hook, go under the first loop and then under the second loop and pull the second loop under the first loop like this, and then make sure you hold it together so it doesn't lose its shape. And then through this part of the magic circle, you're gonna pull up a loop. So just do a regular single crochet, pull up a loop, you'll have 2, yarn over, and pull through. So that's your first single crochet into the magic circle. So we need to do 6 in total. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you just take the tail of it, pull it out, and then tighten it, and then you're gonna try to find that first chain, which sometimes can be kind of hard. So this is kind of just something that I do. If it's too hard to put the hook into that first chain because it's like really tight, usually I just make an extra chain, and that way you don't really have to worry about that first chain. You can just leave it and then go into the one that's the easiest right there, which will be like this, technically the second one, but it doesn't really matter as long as you end up having 6. So just count and do like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so we're good. So now the one that you just put the single crochet in, you're gonna mark that with your stitch marker. Okay, and then we're gonna do a single crochet increase in every stitch. So into that same stitch, you're gonna do another single crochet, and then in every other stitch, so the next 5 stitches, you're also going to do 2 single crochets, so an increase in every stitch. Okay, so you should have 12 stitches all around, and then you're going to take out your stitch marker, and into that stitch make a single crochet, place the stitch marker back in there, and then in the next stitch we're going to do an increase, so 2 single crochet into that stitch. And then you're gonna finish the round doing the same pattern. So in the next stitch, I'll do a single crochet, increase, single crochet, increase, and keep going until you get to the end. And you should have 18 stitches in total. Okay, so now we have 18 stitches all the way around. Take out your stitch marker, and you're going to do a single crochet into that stitch. Place your marker. And then you're going to do a single crochet in the next stitch as well. And then into that third stitch, you're going to do an increase. So 2 single crochet in that stitch, and we're going to follow the same pattern all the way around. So it'll be single crochet, increase, and you'll keep going until you have 24 stitches. Okay, so we've got 24 stitches. You're going to take your stitch marker out, put a single crochet there, replace your stitch marker, and now we're just going to do a single crochet all the way around for 10 rounds, or you can really do however many you want. If you want to do a little bit less than that or a little bit more than that, it doesn't matter. I'll probably end up doing 10, so we'll see how it looks when we get to the end, but I'm going to go ahead and do all 10 rounds off camera just because it's the same thing for every single round. You just put a single crochet, so you should still end up having 24 stitches at the end of every round. Okay guys, now I'm back and I finished all 10 rounds, so you should still have 24 stitches. It should look like this so far. And now we're going to do the next round, so I'll take out my stitch marker, and then in the next stitch you're going to do a single crochet. Okay, mark that stitch, and then you're going to do a half double crochet, so yarn over, go into the stitch, yarn over, and pull through all 3 of those loops right there. Okay, and then you're going to do a double crochet, so yarn over, go through the next stitch, pull through the first 2, the last 2. Okay, and then we're going to do a triple crochet, so yarn over twice, go into that next stitch, pull up a loop, go into the first 2, go into the next 2, and go into the last 2. And then we're going to do another double crochet in the next stitch, go through the first 2 and the last 2, and then we're going to do a half double crochet and then a single crochet. Okay, so that's what that should look like, and then you're basically just going to repeat it 4 times. Okay, and then once you get up to your stitch marker, you can just do a slip stitch into that stitch. All right, so then I'll cut the yarn off. Pull it through, tighten it. Oh, I also almost forgot to add that you need to add your safety eyes at this point. Just add them kind of wherever you see fit, really. I think I added them between rows like 3 and 4 maybe, but it doesn't have to be that exact, just wherever you think that they look good. Okay, now we're gonna make the bottom of the ghost that's gonna go right here after we stuff it. So basically just starts the exact same way as we did in the beginning. So you basically just need to make a magic circle, and then you need to get up to 24 rounds so it fits the same size as this. So you start with a magic circle again. Literally, it's basically the exact same first few steps as our ghost. Okay, so now we're at the end of that round. We have 24 stitches. You're going to take out your stitch marker and do a slip stitch into that stitch. And then leave a long tail because you're going to need to sew it into the ghost. So leave it pretty long and then cut it. Alright. And that's the bottom. Okay, so at this point you're going to stuff the ghost. So you just need some polyfill, which if you don't know what polyfill is, it's basically just like stuffed animal stuffing. You find it at Michael's anywhere. A lot of places sell it. And then with this end, I'm just gonna stuff it into the ghost so that I don't have to weave it in later. And then you can just start stuffing it. And you just want to make sure that it's packed in there pretty firmly. Until, you know, it holds its shape pretty well. And I think that'll be good. Okay. Okay. So now you're gonna get the bottom of your ghost, and it doesn't really matter which side you use. I think I'm gonna do, hold on. I'm gonna do it like this. Okay, and then you need to kind of push it in there a little bit so that these ends right here are still out, because you don't want to sew those up because then they won't be visible. So kind of push it in. If that makes sense. Definitely make sure you leave out the end of your yarn that you're going to use to sew it in. Just kind of go like that all the way around. Okay. And then I'll weave that in later. And then you're going to get your tapestry needle.
I hate this. Okay.
There we go. All right. Now you're going to just sew it into it. So I just try to sew it into both sides. So go through the bottom of it first and then try to get into a spot that's not these parts that hang off the side like that, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense, but hopefully y'all get what I'm saying. You just want to make sure that these are still out and you're kind of sewing into the inside of this like part that's right before this right here. Okay, so there's not like an exact science to this, really. You just try to sew it into whatever space you can, really, until it's secure, and you just need to make sure you sew it all the way around. And I'll probably speed through this part because it'll probably take a little while. Okay, so once you think it's secure enough, I went through it like probably a few times just to make sure. You're gonna take while your tapestry needle is still on there, go through a stitch that's right near your working yarn, and then just go through some space in the middle of the ghost. It doesn't really matter. And then just kind of pull on it. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing with this end. Okay guys, our ghost is completely done. It's really cute. It should be able to stand up on its own, but just so you can see, I'm just laying it like that. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and check my channel for other videos. Also, I'll be posting some more like fall Halloween themed videos within the next few weeks, so be looking for that. And I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.